Hello, everyone. Hello. If you could please let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me, that would be fantastic. If you could just type in the chat box, say hello, let me know who is here, and also let me know where you're from and if you can hear me. I will wait to see if you can hear me first before I move on. So I hope you can hear me. Let me know. Hello. Hello, everyone. It looks like we've got quite a few of you already joining me. It's 8 p.m. Central Standard Time in America, where I live. I live in the Midwest. I am Cheri Gipson, and I am your teacher for this lesson this evening on Learn English Live. Thanks for joining me. We will give it a few minutes to see if other individuals join us for the lesson, but let's start off with some greetings. So I wanted to start off with saying hello, May. Hello, Michelle. It's great to see you. It looks like Monica, you're here. Thank you. Thanks for coming, Monica. Layla, I hope you're having a fantastic morning. I believe it's early morning where you are at. Thank you for getting up so early to come to the lesson today. So today we are going to continue to talk about pronunciation, and we are going to focus on some vowel sounds today. So I'll just keep waiting to see if anyone can hear me. And yes, great. Hello, Vishuddha. Hello, good morning. Natalie, great to see you. I hope things are going well for you. And Layla, great. All right, welcome. Welcome to Learn English Live. Again, I am teacher Cheri Gipson. Please subscribe below to Learn English Live if you have not already. Teacher Robin and myself are doing live stream lessons every week, and we would love to have you join us. If you subscribe, you can get a notification letting you know when we are live. I also have my own YouTube page, Learn English with Cheri, and on that page I have videos that I have posted about a variety of topics to assist you in your learning of English. In India, it is 6:31 a.m., so good morning to you, Vishuddha. And with that, I'm going to pause and I'm going to take a drink. This is not coffee, this is my soda. I am not a coffee drinker. I don't drink tea, but I do drink soda. That is where I get my caffeine. So, cheers to you. And let's go ahead and get started. It's 8:03 p.m. here, and it is early morning in India where Vishuddha is. I am so excited to share this lesson with you. I hope you enjoy it as well. So, as we get started, I want to share a little bit more with you about myself. You already know I am a teacher. I am also a speech therapist. This is also called a speech language pathologist. Now, some of you may think, pathologist, that's a doctor. Well, yes and no. I am not a doctor. The field of speech language pathology has to deal with diagnosing and treating communication disorders. So I help people who struggle with being able to communicate, whether they are not able to speak clearly or if they are having difficulty placing words into sentences to speak in a manner that others understand them. So that is my background. Hello, Carlos, welcome. Hello, Brian. Is it Brian or Brian? Let me know. I want to make sure that I'm pronouncing that. Michelle, where is Chica? Chica is, I think, in the bedroom. She was being a little naughty. She may come out later, but right now she is in the bedroom. I also wanted to share with you, besides my formal training, I also am a mother of 2 boys. I actually have 4 kids, but my 2 sons were adopted from Russia. And here is a cute picture of them when they were much younger. But I actually helped them learn English. And so I was able to see what it was like to have children who were a native speaker of a different language and then to assist them in being able to become fluent English speakers. Now, I wish they still spoke Russian, but I didn't learn enough Russian in order to keep them fluent. So I've seen language development from a young age with them, and it's been a great journey. Okay, either way is okay, Brian or Brian. Okay, welcome. So let's go ahead and get started with our lesson this evening, pronunciation. We're going to talk about the short and long E vowel sound. So why are we talking about the vowel sound, the E? In my different lessons that I've taught over the years, one thing that I have noticed with ESL students is that the short vowel sounds in general in English tend to be a little challenging. And a lot of times the vowels don't get any respect, which basically what I mean by that is that there isn't any formal practice of the vowel sounds, or if there is, it's quick. Often, many of the vowels are present in other languages, but there are a few of the short vowel sounds that may not be used in the native language. Particularly, I'm thinking of Mandarin. My students from China really struggle with some of the short vowel sounds. And then I've also worked with students who have Spanish as their native language, and some of the vowel sounds can be a little tricky as well. So for that reason, I wanted to pay respect to the vowel sounds and start a lesson about the short and long E sound. So let's go ahead and get started. Feel free to type any questions that you have in the chat box. I am monitoring that as we go, and I would be more than happy to answer your questions as long as I can. I know sometimes they get coming pretty quickly. So let's get started. So let's start with practicing how to pronounce the long E vowel sound. Hello, Diego. Welcome. Welcome from Ecuador. It's great to see you. So with the long E vowel sound, when you smile, the corners of your lips spread. So let's all just smile first. Give us a big smile. We want to see your pearly whites. When you smile, the corners of your lips spread. With the long E vowel sound, the corners of our lips spread as well. E. E. Let's just say that 3 times. E, E, E. Think about, how does that feel? And now we're going to do an exercise that will help you recognize the importance of spreading your lips to make the long E vowel sound. So we smile, hold that position, and say E, E. As you can tell, you're basically opening your mouth and your air is coming out. Your tongue is not touching anything really when you say the E. And so for that reason, it can be difficult for someone to try and teach another person how to say this sound, because you can't say, well, your tongue goes here and then you do this. You just open your mouth, E, and your tongue is in a mid position. Hello, it's great to meet you, Diego. So I have a tip for you. When you're practicing pronunciation, I suggest that you look in the mirror or record yourself. By doing this, you're able to see what you're doing with your mouth, because very minimal movements can change the sound. Just very small movements can alter the sound so that it is not produced correctly. Hello, Anna. It's great to see you. And I believe Mr. Shaw is here. Hey, Robin. It's great to see you as well. So don't be afraid to look at yourself. Practice in the mirror. Practice makes perfect, right? Record yourself, and then you can see what you're doing and compare how you are producing it to how you are watching it on maybe a video, such as myself, Robin, or any of your other favorite online teachers. All right, so let's continue. Here's an exercise that I often do with my patients after they have had a neurological event or a stroke. So when someone has had a stroke, it affects their nerves and the ability of the nerves to make the muscles do their job. And so one thing that we do is we practice how to move from the ooh sound to the e sound. So let's just practice rounding our lips, ooh, and now let's practice spreading our lips, e. So let's move back and forth between the two. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Try it. I know it feels kind of funny, right? But this will give you an experience that you can kind of feel what exactly is happening with your mouth. Ooh-wee. And now let's do it quickly. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Is that a siren sound? I think it is. Let's check and see who else has joined us. Hello. Let's see. We have Sunriders. Let me know if I am pronouncing your name correctly. And Anthony, welcome, Anthony. Thanks for joining us. And good morning to India. Sunil, let me know. Sunil, I hope you're having a great morning. All right. So now you have a sense of how important it is to spread your lips to make that E sound. Yes, Layla, I know it does feel a little funny, but it's important to get a feel for what you need to do with your mouth so that you're able to pronounce these sounds correctly. The reason why we worked on that is because the vowel sound that I see mispronounced very often is the short E vowel sound, the eh. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to work on listening to these two sounds, how they're different, and be able to discriminate or tell the difference between E and eh. Sometimes we need to train our ear to listen to them to hear the difference. All right, Sibgat, nice to see you here. Welcome. So let's work on the short E vowel sound. To make this sound, instead of spreading our lips like we do with the E, we are actually going to open our jaw slightly. Our lips and jaw are relaxed. Eh. Eh. Much different than the long E. E. Eh. The muscles are not activated like they are with the E. Hello, Basil. How are you? Thanks for joining. Okay, I think you've got it. Layla, I hope you aren't feeling too funny right now. Maybe you are in a cafe. I hope you aren't in a cafe somewhere, because if you are in a restaurant and you are practicing these sounds, people may be looking at you a little strangely. Okay, so let's continue. What are we doing with our tongue when we make the short E vowel sound, the eh? Our tongue is forward in our mouth, and the tip of our tongue is slightly elevated. So let's produce it again. Think about what your tongue's doing. Eh, eh, eh. Okay, great. Let's continue. And I will answer some of your questions towards the end as well. Subgat, I see that you're asking for some suggestions on how to improve your English, and I'm giving those suggestions right now. Practice in front of a mirror, record yourself, and then compare what you're doing with your mouth to someone else that you're watching, either on a video or with a teacher that you are working with. So let's listen to the short and long E vowel sounds. Here we go. So here is how the long E vowel sound is written according to IPA. I believe Layla has mentioned that she would like to be able to write in IPA. If I'm getting someone else confused with you, Layla, I apologize. IPA is a great way to be able to write the sounds in a language that is recognized and understood by the entire planet, because all of the linguists got together and they decided this is the alphabet we are going to use. Hello, Blad Liar. Hello, it's great to see you here. And so I could listen to a language such as Russian that I don't know, and I can write how to pronounce that sound using IPA. So for example, if I were to write in IPA, Privyet, which is hello. And if you are a native Russian speaker, I apologize if my pronunciation does not hit the mark. But if I were to write IPA with Privyet, which we're not going to do IPA today, but just to show you. So I would write the P-R, the I sound, and then I would write Privyet. It kind of sounds like a long E, doesn't it? No, it's Privyet. And with IPA, if you do not practice regularly, you're going to lose that skill. Just as if you spoke a language and you stopped using it, you would lose those skills. So I follow what's called general transcription. That's a fancy word, which means that when I write in IPA, I am not very, very specific. If I were to follow narrow transcription, that means I would write very specifically. I would use special markers to let the reader know where the stress is placed and different things like that. So if I were to write Privyet, this is how I would write it. Privyet. So this is the I sound, and this is the sound, which is one of the sounds we're learning today, or working on, the short E, Privyet. So that's what the beauty of IPA is. That being said, it takes a lot of study in order to be able to use it. So I think I studied it for several years, and I am not an expert by any means. But I do use IPA almost every day. Here is the IPA writing of the short E vowel sound, the This is how we would write that sound. So I'm going to stop for a moment, and I would like for you guys to, before we move on, I want you to interact in the chat. I would like for you to spell a word, write a word in the chat that either has a long E, the E sound, or the short E vowel sound, the Go ahead and type a word right now, and we will check those out. Vishuddha, how would you pronounce career? Career. I have a career as a teacher and a speech therapist. Career. All right, guys, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to take another drink because I'm getting parched, which means my throat is dry. This caffeine really helps. Actually, I should be drinking water. Caffeine is not good when you are dehydrated. Okay, so as I said, Layla, IPA is something that does take some study, but I use it very often, almost daily. All right, so anybody have any suggestions, ideas for words that have the short E vowel sound or the long E vowel sound? Let's take a look. Brian, you get the first star. You're a star. Thank you for participating. Yes, beach. Beach. No, the other word is actually I, not eh. It is the short I vowel sound. I, not the eh sound. It would be beach and betch. Betch. I don't think betch is a word in English, but I could be wrong. Okay, anyone else have any suggestions? Bring them on, guys. Let's see. Oh, Savgat, you used one of the words we're going to study today. Yes, Michelle, sheep. That's perfect. I have a bunch of toys right here, and I have a sheep as well. How to pronounce beer. 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 That's how you pronounce beer. Beard, Monica, yes. So Layla, beer is the long E sound. Beer. It's a tricky one though because it's a diphthong, but we're not going to get into that complexity. Beard, beard. Yes. Beards, thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think? Beards in general. Brian, yes, you got a star. Got it. Said. Said. So May said, said. Great. Yes, and if we were to write the word said, again, general transcription. And sometimes I have to look things up in IPA because where you live affects how you transcribe something, but you're supposed to transcribe the word how it is said. So when you listen to a speaker, you write exactly as they say the word, not how you say the word. So that can make things a little tricky. But if I were to said, there you go. All right, let's go ahead and continue, friends. Beast. Good. Yes, long E. Beast. So let's think of a sentence. Okay, I have a story. My son here, he's 14 now, and he plays baseball. And he stole bases on the baseball field at his game the other day. Someone posted on Facebook and said, Ruslan, you were a beast on the field tonight. You were a beast on the field tonight. So what does that mean? You were a beast on the field tonight. That means that he played well. He played well. That is a slang term. It's not really an idiom. It's just more slang. You were a beast tonight on the field. It means that you were tearing it up. You were doing a great job at the baseball game. Okay, so let's keep going. So here we have some practice. Yes, Monica, yes. A great player, which it meant a lot because my son isn't the best athlete, but he works very, very hard. And so he was excited that he had a good game. All right, so here is the IPA of the word bead. The long E, bead. Bead. Okay, great. So bead. What is a bead? We have a couple different options for bead. Let's see. I don't have a bead. Let me think. I do have a bead on my necklace. So this right here, I think you could maybe see. There are beads, little beads on here to help. Yeah, right there. Beads. There are beads to help clasp the necklace. So bead, a bead could be a piece of jewelry. There's also bead, as if I'm going to get a bead on this. I'm going to get a bead on it, meaning that I need to get control over it. I need to learn more about it. Chick. So chick, again, is the short I sound. If it was the short E sound, it would be check. Chick, check. And Brian has brought something to the table here. That means that he's brought something up for discussion. That is the sound and the sound, the short I and the short E sound very similar and can be difficult to tell between the two. All right, moving on. You guys are doing a great job. Here we have our next word to study, and that is bed. Bed. Here we have the short E vowel sound, bed. I also have a toy bed over here. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, no, there's my table and my chair. So I use these with some of my young students, of course. But I don't see my bed. So bed, short E vowel sound. All right, now let's continue and we will practice by listening closely. Auditory discrimination. Practice is helpful. What you do with this is you focus on listening. That's all you do is you focus on listening. Boat, boat. Boat is the long O sound. And Layla, Layla, ding, 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 you get a star, Layla. Yes, we're going to talk about that word in the lesson. So let's do some auditory discrimination practice. This is where I need for you guys to participate in the chat box to tell me what word I am pronouncing. Okay, so turn up the volume on this lesson so you can hear. If you're watching the playback, you are lucky because you can stop it, go back, and listen again. All right, let's get started. I am going to pronounce a word. You are then going to type in the chat box 1 or 2. This is going to tell me what you think the word is that I said. Hello, Mr. Well. Hello, welcome to the live chat. You're welcome, Layla. All right, so let's take a look. We have 2 choices, and I am going to say one of them, and you are going to type in the chat box which word I produced. Bead. Bead. Okay, 1 or 2. Bead. Choose the correct answer and type in the chat box below. Bead. This is not a test, but this is a way to practice your auditory discrimination. Hello, Kaja. I did not see you earlier. Welcome. You guys all have it. You have it. 2s across the board. Everybody gets a gold star. Great job. Okay, yes. Great. Yes, excellent. Wonderful. You guys have been listening. Okay, now, Michelle, you heard 1. You heard bed, bed. Bead. Bead. Number 2 is the correct answer. Thanks for playing, guys. Okay, let's move on and try another one. Ready? Here we go. Oh, I want to go back because I wanted you to practice some more. Let's see if I can. There we go. Let's try again. Ready? Here we go. Now we only have 2 choices, right? But maybe I'm going to be tricky. Maybe it will be none of the above, right? Okay, let's listen. Bed. Bed. We all know the answer, right? Yes. Number 1, bed. Bed, bead. Bed, bead. Please, you practice right now. You try it. bed, bead. Good. Great. Hello, Yulisa? Welcome. Thank you for coming to the lesson tonight. Yes, good listening, everyone. Now, I am thinking about all of you in your homes or work or wherever you are sitting there saying these words right now. And I really appreciate you need to practice these words as we're saying them. Listening isn't enough. You need to practice as well. Okay, so now let's continue. We are going to look at some other sounds and other words, and then you can practice these words as well. Okay, here we go. Long E, meat. Meat. What kind of meat do you like? Do you like beef? Hamburgers? Meat. The long E sound. Meat. All right, let's try this one. Met. Met. Now, we're pronouncing these words, the E and the E. Long E, short E. The other thing that I found interesting was that we have past tense. I meet my friend later today. Yesterday, I met my friend. E. So let's do another practice, okay? So I am going to say a sentence, and you are going to tell me which one I said, which word. You can type the word in the chat box, and I will show you. Again, we have the option of meet and met. I'm not writing an IPA now. I'm just writing the regular word. Okay, so I'm going to say a sentence. You are going to type the word in the chat box. All right, here we go. What meat do you want for the barbecue? What meat do you want for the barbecue? Trick question. I'm sneaky. It isn't either one of these. It's neither. The answer is, which meat do you want for the barbecue? Which meat? Yes, I tricked you. I tricked you. I'm sorry. It is meat, M-E-A-T. I'm sorry. That wasn't very kind of me. Meat. Which meat? So, okay, we've got, yes, you can change your answer. By all means, please do so. That's one of the tricky things, right? Is that the E sound can be spelled different ways. And obviously, meat that you eat is different than I'm going to meet my friend for a drink. Speaking of which, let's have another cold drink of soda. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you guys saw the humor in it. Sometimes studying language is just so serious. And I know it's hard. You guys work so hard to learn and then fit in your lessons and practice in your busy lives. But every once in a while, we need to just take a moment and laugh. Okay, so there we have that. Now let's try our next one. We have meat and meat sound. They're the exact same. So Monica, they are the exact same sounding words. Meat, meat. Exact same. Spelled differently, have different meanings. So one of the other lovely things about the English language. Okay, so let's look at our next word in our lesson. The word is read. Read. I am going to read a book. Read. So this is also the long E sound. Read. Now, let's take a look at our next word. Here we have Layla's suggestion, which is red. Red. Now, I have down below the word that we're going to look at is read, which is the past tense of read, but they're spelled the exact same way. So we have, today, I'm going to read a book. Yesterday, I read a book. They're spelled the same, but they're pronounced differently. I read a book. Yesterday I read a book. Today I read a book. Hello, Carlos. Welcome. Hello, Andres. How are you? It's great to see you. So, read and read. If we were to take a spelling test, we would have to listen to our teacher when they gave us a sentence in order to determine which way we should spell the word read. So let's practice. I will be your teacher, and this is our spelling test. Number 1, type in the chat box which word, this correct spelling for the sentence I am going to share with you. Here we go. Hello, Dwee. Thank you for joining. I love to wear the color red. I love to wear the color red. How do we spell the word red in that sentence? I love to wear the color red. Let's see if I can show you, like this apple. I love to wear the color red. Hello, Maria. Welcome. Red. Yes. I love to wear the color red. So we're spelling the word red. How do we spell it? I love to wear the color red. It isn't like yesterday I read a book. The spelling is I love to wear the color red. Yes, red. R-E-D. So if we were to spell the color red, we would spell it like this. Red. By the way, the color red is a power color. What this means is it causes others to, it's looked on as a color that's powerful. It elicits strong emotions from a lot of people. Red. Great. Good job, everyone. And I do enjoy wearing red. It does make me feel powerful. I feel great. If I have an important event, I will often choose to wear the color red. All right, let's continue. All right, guys, so these next two words are a little difficult, but I wanted to share with you how two words that are spelled the same can be pronounced differently as we have been studying with this lesson. Anna says she loves the red color. Yes, me too. I do enjoy wearing it. So here we have a word that I have used IPA with, and I am going to pronounce it for you. The word is present. Present. As you can see, it is spelled below P-R-E-S-E-N-T. Present. I'm going to use it in a sentence for you. I am going to present a new lesson to you next week. I am going to present a new lesson to you next week. Present. So this is a verb. A verb. Present. Vashuda, you like the red color as well. Like I said, it's a color that makes me feel good when I wear it. Present. And so to just talk about IPA briefly, the little mark here on the word present, it tells you where to put the stress. So this little mark right here is what tells you where to put the stress. This this mark will be right before the syllable that is supposed to be stressed. So this syllable has the primary stress. The English language, typically, most words have the primary stress on the first syllable. Present. So let's take a look at our next word. Spelled the same way, spelled the exact same way. I'll write it here. And that is present. 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 So what is the definition of this word? Present. There's actually a couple of different definitions, correct? So let's use this word in a sentence, type it in the chat box, and let's take a look. So we've got, Dwi said, I got present from my parents. So Dwi, we would want to say, I got a present from my parents, or I received a present from my parents. You want it to make sure that you use an article. The article would be a. I got a present, or a present, depending on different areas. Use the pronunciation of the article, the letter A. Some say a, some say a. How about present? Gift. Yes, Anna. A present is a gift. And yes, Vashuda, I am going to present a gift to my friend. That's great. Yes. So I have another thing. Yes, Michelle, you did it. I was waiting for this one. Michelle, you also get the purple star. Okay, another way that you can use the word present is I am present. We are in the classroom. The teacher says the name. Andres, Michelle, Layla, Monica. Present. Raise your hand and you say present. Okay, present. A present, a gift, which would be what I have right here. I have a present, and I am present for this lesson. Okay, I will give my teacher a present. Yes, please do so. I have a drink here. I could stand to purchase more soda. Okay, Sibgat says through WhatsApp. I'm not sure. Oh, so you're saying through WhatsApp somebody's present? Andres, and the teacher is calling the roll. Yes. Anna, oh, Anna, you beat me. Oh, goodness. Look what happened. My screen did some funny stuff. You beat me to the punch. That's another idiom. You beat me to the punch. Andres, that's for you. You beat me to the punch. Does anyone want to guess what you beat me to the punch means? You'll find out shortly. Type it in the chat box if you know what the idiom you beat me to the punch means. Layla says, I am present. Dwi, I present my song for you. I present my song to you. To you. Okay, medal. We're going to have to move along, folks. Okay, this is going a little bit long and I apologize, but I hope you're having a great time and learning as we go. Medal. Medal. I received a medal for first place. Medal. Leak. Long E. Leak. In this instance, I'm talking about my sink sprung a leak and water was all over the floor. Leak. Here we have pretty. Somebody had guessed earlier a word that has the long E sound in it, and they said pretty. And here you go. Pretty. Okay. This is the sentence that Anna said. So Anna, purple star for you as well. Boom. And that sentence is, so how would we pronounce this sentence? What do you think? It's a tricky one, right? So let's see. Would we use with the first word in the sentence, would it be the short E at the beginning or the long E? I want to, I'll give it to you. This is tough. I want to present a present to you. The second word that's present has the sound, the short E sound. I want to present a present to you. So if we were to write present, we would use, if we wanted to write the word present, present would have the short E. Present. Okay, you guys were a great group of students today. You participated marvelously in the chat box. That is what makes these live lessons really work, is when everyone participates. And remember, if you have a question, type it in the chat box, because if you have a question, I can guarantee someone else has the same question. So thank you so much for coming. I'll give you just a couple of minutes and you can ask some questions in the chat box if you have any questions about this lesson. Remember, next week I will have another live stream, same bat time, same bat channel. That is a saying from an old TV show, Batman. And at the end of the show, they would always say, "See you next time, same bat time, same bat channel." So that means that we will have a live lesson here next week, same day, same time on Learn English Live. I also wanted to encourage you to subscribe to my channel, which is Learn English with Cheri. I post videos pretty regularly, and I'm going to start doing some live lessons from that channel as well. So, Sibgat, if you would like to join a WhatsApp group. Okay, you would need to get in touch with Robin. He does view these chats, so he will see that. And yes, Anna. I'm so sorry, friends. Somebody's at the door and my dogs are barking. Yes, we will do some more lessons like this in the future. Pronunciation is my area of specialty, so I do enjoy teaching this. But next week, our lesson is not going to be on pronunciation. Next week, we will have a grammar lesson. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I really appreciate it. You're so welcome, Dwee. Thank you, May. Layla, how to pronounce bear? Air. Bear. This is not a bear. This is a monkey. But I do have a bear as well. But it's missing bear. This is sign language for bear. Bear. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Natalie. Remember, English can be challenging, but you can do it. Keep working hard, have patience, and be kind to one another. Vashuda, thank you. Great idiom. High five. Boom. I love the idioms. Bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, evening, morning. Thanks for joining me. Good night.